There we go. This is the pre-show, the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm Jay, and I just play a little bit here to get us going while everybody gets on. It's every Friday morning at 10:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then it just lives on here on my LinkedIn channel and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and I particularly love the YouTube playlist that you can find there. So shows all my shows from the last 2.5 years. So today's about priorities. I also got an example of somebody that's not a pitch slapper on LinkedIn. I'll give you an exact example of somebody that got my attention and how they did it, and you might like it too. Hello, everybody. We're going to take a sentimental journey. I'm Jay Skinner, and this is the pre-show for the Buyers and Sellers Show. And we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm Jay Skinner, and you're live on the Buyers and Sellers Show. So glad to have you here today. And we're talking about halt trees. We're talking about getting away from the pitch slappers and a good example of someone that's not a pitch slapper, thank goodness. And at the same time, we're going to be talking about priorities and a rule that you can apply in your own life to help about setting priorities when your whole tree is full, your mind is full, and your office is cluttered, and everything looks important. So this is going to be a real good up and down 30 minutes or less. I'm so glad to have you. And I want also to encourage you to jump on there and comment. And I'm going to put my website on here, the CEO Extender.com. You can get to me a lot of different ways, and I'm gonna put it in the chat here and hit go, and you should see it right there on your screen as well. And when you do, then you'll know where to put comments. And most of the platforms allow you to post right in there, and that'll be great. Facebook, LinkedIn, and I don't know if the LinkedIn post came through on your thing, the destination might not get my comments, but you can post up there in LinkedIn, and I know my LinkedIn people are out there, so fantastic. Anyway, here's the idea of a couple of things that are important to me on this show. 2.5 years, we're doing this every week. It's been a blast, and I actually use these shows to help my clients, my potential clients, and then people that just want to learn stuff by topics. So it's been good. But the silver rule is do unto your vendors as you want your customers to do unto you. Can you see that? If you're sitting around complaining about your customers treating you badly, if you're a seller, then take a look at how you're treating your vendors. And it's like, you may be getting what you deserve. Is that right? And if you're a buyer, it's like, how are you treating the people that you're buying from and the vendors and the people that come to you? Now, some of my vendors will say, Jay, you're pretty tough cookie sometimes. And it's like, "Yeah, I am." And we can get direct and we can talk about stuff and work together, but I try to avoid miscommunication and also corporate walls and structures and stupid stuff that comes along with all that. Sometimes I'm saying, I won't put up with it. You shouldn't have to. Let's break down the walls and have great things happen. So you can get in there. Being nice doesn't always mean people run over you. In fact, it never means that. What it means is being assertive in a direct and polite way, and make sure that you're courteous and respectful to others. And there we go with the next one, which is the green rule. And the green rule is do for yourself what you're asking others to pay you to do for them. Think about that. Do for yourself what you are asking others to pay you to do for them. And what does that mean to you? Well, this one you have to think about. But I always think one of my best examples is if you're selling websites and you don't have one of your own, or you're selling cars and you don't own the kind of car that you sell, it's kind of hard to ask other people to do that with you. So think about that. So moving right along here, I want to show you something. I met someone just today, and I want you to take note of this name, Ajijul Rahman. I'm going to put something here on the screen, and it's right over here. Hopefully you can see my mouse moving around on my LinkedIn screen. But how often do you hear me complain about getting pitch slapped? And it's happening more than ever. That you get in your LinkedIn or on your email, it's just full of people that don't know you. You don't know them, and they're asking you to buy something. It's like, what are we doing here? And it's like, I understand the need to do prospecting and to find new people. So how do you do it in a way that's liable to get someone's attention and not exasperate them like I'm describing here? Well, today I got an example of that from a guy that I'm in contact with now. There's a chance we might do some business. I don't know. But let me show you right here. Here's the message I got from LinkedIn. Now, there's this nice picture. It says open to work. I like that. Open to work means he's open to work for me and you and everybody else. That's all right. I like that. And then I'm not going to go to his homepage, but I would tell you that it's nice. It's a good one. But here it goes. It says, hello, Jay Skinner. Okay, I already know from the intro that he's using some sort of a marketing program or something. I don't know. But the way it's set up and the way he got to me, probably that's what I'm thinking. But it's like, okay, hello, hope you're having a great time. Great. I visited your YouTube channel. Your channel videos are great. Ah, the first sentence is like, that's just greeting people do to people. But the second one was like, you visited my YouTube channel. Ha, how cool is that? And then he just asked me some questions. Have you noticed your YouTube channel is not growing properly? Because I've noticed some problems in your channel. The videos are not getting promoted to your target audience because of not perfect SEO and something. So your videos are getting less views. See attached picture for easy understanding. What? Well, at that point, here's his pitch. I don't even care. He's saying, if you want, I will do this. If you want, it's like, I can see, okay, there he's pitching me, but I go down to the bottom and there's a screenshot of my show last week. And he redlined it. And I went a little further and there's another screenshot. He redlined some more stuff. It's like, holy cow. And it's like, best regards. He gave me his email address and gives me this. Then of course I do like this, and I look at the big picture and I'm going, well, I've been building towards the opportunity for something like this to happen. And it's like, oh my gosh. And he's like looking at some of my stuff, and he spent some time with it. He's got some ideas of what we might do and think about. And so what I do, I replied and said, heck yes. Heck yes, let's talk. Now, do you know how often someone pitches me on something like this and I actually reply and do anything? Like almost never. But he personalized it. He got right to the meat of it. And after I looked at the pictures, I went back up to see what he was proposing. I really didn't care about the pitch. I cared about, he looked at my YouTube channel and he sees that there's some things we could do to do better, which I totally know. And then he personalized it. I went down to the bottom and holy cow. Now, you see how you can get somebody's attention if you're doing some sort of a mass mailing or some sort of a promotion there where one at a time. You know what? It wasn't a mass emailing. He picked me somehow, and I don't know how. And if he's got some computer program that created that altogether just like that, God bless him. I want the same one. Maybe that's some AI, but I don't think it is. In fact, I know it's not. I know that he was like right there when I replied. And we've already gone to another, channel to converse. But it's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I just wanted to show you an example of a way to do pitching, mass marketing, prospecting on LinkedIn, and at least get my attention. And I would say probably other people's as well. So here we go. And my niece Sharon is here. Sharon, so glad to see you. It's good morning, 1287. Everyone, you know Sharon, my niece, and she's the SharonHoffmeister.com, the SharonHoffmeister.com. And she has done 1,200, as of today, 1,287 consecutive days online, Christmas, holidays, everything for her business. And it's like Sharon is awesome and she's fun and she's got quite a following and she's building a great building. She's the Rain Beauty expert. And Sharon, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. And keep on keeping on. Way to go, Sharon Hoffmeister. So as we go here, remember Ajajul Rahman. Look him up on LinkedIn. Be his friend. Here's the next one. You probably noticed this thing behind me. And I'm going to say, what does your hall tree look like? And so I'm going to get up here and do something. There we go. What's on your hall tree? Well, I hope you can see this here. The dark stuff's a little hard to see. There's a hat. I wear this around. I'm famous for wearing this when I go do ministry in Africa. That's my hat. I've got my safety vest when I go visit customers in their plants. I'm the plasticpalletguy.com. This, some say that's your fishing hat. Well, no, it's a hat to celebrate one goal. My granddaughter's softball team and my son's basically softball franchise that he runs multiple teams helping girls softball. And the group is called One Goal, OG. But I got one of those because I go to those games and support that. And then here's my hard hat. You know about those. And then let's see what else have I got here. Yeah, I should probably put this on. How about that? Let's put this thing. There we go. Let's get this hat on. Good. One goal. Here's one goal. OG. One goal. See? What else have I got here? There's a Giori, KBA Giori backpack that they gave me. That's the machines that actually print money. And I work with central banks all over the world in that area, material handling. What's this? Got this from a trade show. This is a different type of trade show. Another one there, look at that. These are all here to remind me of companies that I've done business with and worked with. A lot of stuff. There's a hobby, ammunition depot. I like to do target shooting. So, what am I talking about here? Why did I do this? Look at that. Hey, how do you like the hat? I love it. I love it. I love it. There we go. So, what am I talking about here? We're going to get into this. There you go. There's Tanner Kerbiz. Hi, Jay. So happy to see you again with your great show. Tanner, happy to see you too. And Tanner, I, a couple of weeks ago, in fact, you guys probably saw Friday when I was on the road and I did a replay, but Tanner and I were actually up there in Wisconsin at the Converter Expo in Green Bay, Wisconsin, having a blast and meeting a lot of people in that industry because Tanner is the friction ring king, the king of friction rings. It's like, what is a friction ring? Okay, I'll show you one before we keep going. Here's a friction ring. Here you go. He's a friction ring king, and these are friction rings. And these go on the shafts that the web material feeds onto or out of, and it keeps them from going crazy, spinning around too much. And he's the friction ring king, man. And we were up there as he's bringing his business into the United States and meeting people that are interested in having someone. And so I guess I give him a advertisement because I got a lot of people in the converting industry here that know exactly what a friction ring is. And it goes like this: www.extremeconverting.com. Boom. And there we are, www.extremeconverting.com. And you can check out what Tanner's doing. Now, back to the Hall Tree. Just thinking together. What the idea here is, there's a lot of things there that keep me busy. What's your Hall Tree look like? And then look at my desk, and some of you see papers and things. I find things piling up, and I got to figure out what to do next. And those are priorities. There we go. Now, what do you do to figure out what to do next when you're sitting here and you've got multiple things going on in business, maybe even in life? I generally just stick to business on this one. How do you figure out what to do next? Okay, now think about that. Let's see if I got some more comments here. There we go. Well, here's someone that's new. Ronan Wykes, 20. And this is coming from Twitch, I think. Yeah, out of Twitch. Ronan, welcome. How old are you? Thank you for asking. I'm 66 years old. I'll be 67 in October. And I'm don't know anything about retirement, by the way. And if you go back to a few shows, you'll see that the deal there is don't say retire. You can only play so much pickleball. And I've got a whole lot of friends that are keeping ahead of the Grim Reaper. They don't retire. They are going and moving and grooving and making things happen. And they're into their 60s, 70s, and 80s, being extremely productive, young and healthy, like me. And it's what I recommend for everybody. So that's my age comment. And thank you for asking. Great. And super, Ronan, glad you're here. Glad you like the show, and I appreciate you coming by. Anyway, now we talk about the Hall Tree, which takes us to this: priorities. And I give credit where credit is due. One of these days, I'll probably do a show about making sure that you recognize where your stuff comes from. If you come up with something and it's all yours, then take credit for the quote, like my quotes above here that were, the silver rule or the green rule. Or there's another quote Jeffrey Gitomer thought was great. It was like, sir, you don't have a revenue problem, you have a don't know how to sell problem. It's like, okay, good. Anyway, one of these days we'll talk about the value of giving credit where credit is due and not trying to take credit for things that weren't yours to begin with. I think you'll find it much more rewarding and people will recognize and appreciate that more. Anyway, Andy Elder, who was the owner of Stratus Plastic Pallets in 1993, we were a startup and I joined the company and worked with him. It was wonderful. And we went all the way really to 2012 through 2 private equity buyouts. And then I continued to 2018 with the company until I finally went off and ended up doing what I'm doing here, the Buyers and Sellers Show, the CEO Extender, and the PlasticPalletGuy.com. So the thing is Andy would always say, what's closest to the customer comes first. Well, which was great for me because I would find myself sitting around wondering, it's like, wow, what to do. Oh, and Sharon says, I just turned 61, laughing out loud. That's right, Sharon. And you just keep going. I love it. This is fantastic. And then let's see what Tanner says. Tanner says, Jay is the so energetic and productive person I've ever known. Well, thank you, Tanner. And you're pretty energetic too, man. What you're doing right now, building this business here in the United States, bringing it in from Turkey. Oh, man, you and your family and your whole program is just fantastic. And of course, like I said, you're the Friction Marine King. There you go. I'm going to get you a crown just like that. Anyway, I'm going to do like this. And so it's funny. I've got screens everywhere. There we go. I'm getting text. I've got a screen here, and a screen down there. And I try to pay attention to you and what we're doing. And at the same time, this is just crazy, So anyway, the whole idea here is when you're trying to pick what you're going to do next, think about what's closest to the customer so that you can be the most productive and you'll be satisfied with it. And I understand there's structural things that you need to do. I get it. But don't we tend to do the things that we like to do the most? Really? Think about that. Just think about that. It's like if I've got the choice between this thing and that thing, and for some of you, it's making a telephone call to a customer about something or a new prospect, calling them back, and you're a little on the shy side, or doing some paperwork and balancing the checkbook or something, or writing up a new paper, or doing a post on Facebook, or putting something out on LinkedIn. I've got some friends, and if you're listening, you know who you are, that spend tons of time posting up on LinkedIn and looking at the statistics and talking about how many views they've gotten in the whole shoot match, but they're not calling and talking to customers, and somehow they're expecting it all to just happen and flow in from there. And I got news for you. You need to have a great social media presence on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And at the same time, you have to be able to identify where the leads are coming from and call the people back and contact them and, build some relationships where you might be able to do some business. And you do it one at a time, just like this guy was doing to me today, looking for someone that he could do some digital marketing for. How cool is that? So force yourself to do the stuff that's closer directly to the customer. And don't rationalize doing something that's broad span. Well, I can hit 300 customers by doing this. No, you can't. You can hit 300 views or impressions that lasted anywhere from 5 to 30 or 60 seconds, mostly 5s and 10s, and they just move on. But if you can go one at a time and talking to people and existing customers, but it's like sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. Or you sat down and you did make your list of things to do. Now, how do you prioritize those? What's closest to the customer comes first. And I want to thank Andy, if he's ever watching this show, because he was a mentor and a friend always, for using that to help me decide. And how many times did I walk into his office like this? Man, I don't know what to do. I can do this or that or this or that. And he'd look at me and say, okay, Jay, what's closest to the customer? I didn't even have to tell him. Got it. Back to my office. You guys, that's probably one of the most valuable things I ever learned from anyone in my entire life. And it's pretty cool. It was darn pretty cool. And let's see here. I've got some other people here. There's one right there this is Ronan. And I don't know those pictures, man. I can't see them. I think I know you, but good to see you. Thanks for the thumbs up, my friend. And there's Tristan. Got some more pictures going there. Oh, okay, great. Glad you came by. And let's see, Tanner saying to solve their problem in a friendly manner. Yep. And Sharon was agreeing with Tanner, thinking I'm energetic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Looks like I got some good people here on board. I'm really glad to see some folks picking up on the Twitch channel. I've been putting it out there for a long time, and it's on Facebook, 2 channels on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So glad to have you guys come along, and I hope that this broadcast has been valuable and important to you as well. So with that said, I want to make sure you can get in touch with me. I'm very open. There's my email address, my website, my telephone number. And if you want to talk about this sort of thing, I'm the CEO Extender. So especially if you're a business person, you're trying to figure out what to do next in your own business and you need some help, I'm a great guy to talk to. Give me a call. We'll talk about it. You certainly are not going to get surprised by a bill or anything like that when we talk. I don't do like that. If we decide to do some business, we'll just do some business. And hold on a second. Got a call from Ireland going here. Hey, Paul. Look, what's closest to the customer? Paul, I'm actually on my live internet broadcast right now. So hold on a second. I want you to say hi to everybody from Ireland. I want everybody to meet Paul Creighton. And Paul, you're live on the internet on the Buyers and Sellers Show. Want to say hi to everybody?
Just a big hello to everyone in the U.S. from Ireland here.
All right. And Paul, yes, sir, Paul.
We had your president, Joe Biden, over here with us last week, and he got a great reception.
There you go. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. You were on the Buyers and Sellers Show today, so you can look it up. Let me call you back when I get done in about 10 minutes, if that's okay.
No problem. That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How about that? Was that fun? There you go. Get to know Paul. Anyway, Tanner says, yeah, thanks, Sharon. There you go. Everyone, this has been a great show. I even got a call from Ireland. How about that? You got to meet Paul. And I hope you could hear his accent and everything in that. What a great day. Lots of people on board today. Have a great day. Remember, when you're trying to think through priorities, what's closest to the customer comes first. And if you got any question about what to do and you're sitting there and you're working by yourself and you need to say, I got this or that, how do I decide? Give me a call. I love to do that sort of thing. And then, oh my gosh, there you go. Adijul Raman, hi. How about that? He's just saying hi. I'm just getting ready to sign off as usual. I was talking about you at the beginning of the broadcast. So if you weren't up here on the beginning, surely catch it. It'll be fun. And everybody get to know him and be sure and connect with him right there on LinkedIn. Glad you made it. Anyway, everybody, thanks for coming. I'm so glad we had this time together. Woo. You're all very special people to me. My Buyers and Sellers Show audience is the best. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel, Fridays, 10:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Jay Skinner. Thanks for coming. See you next week.